First edition. Dun dun dun.
Can I start the video now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to another Dungeons How to Play Exploding Kittens. This is the first in the series of 2 videos in which we will teach you how to play the card game Exploding Kittens. Now there are 2 versions of the game currently. There are more expansions and stuff coming. There's the normal version and the not safe for work version. Obviously with the content of the not safe for work version, I will not be playing that with the kids. I will however be playing the original. Now, if you backed this game on Kickstarter, you got the first edition, which comes in this cool special box. However, if you buy the game afterwards, it just comes in a normal box. Both are exactly the same game. But anyway, let's get started. I'll turn the video down, teach you how to play the game, and then... Yes. And then after I've taught you how to play, we'll all play a demo game. You're very disruptive. Alright, see ya. Exploding Kittens is a really cool game for up to 5 players, or if you have 2 versions of the game, you can mix them together to play with up to 9. I'm playing with kids, so we're not going to play that one. Apparently it takes about 2 minutes to learn and 15 minutes to play, so... time us if you want. I bet you any money it takes me more than 2 minutes to teach you how to play though. To start with, you separate the Exploding Kittens and the diffuse cards, which look like that, from the rest of the deck. All the other cards are shuffled. Every video I do that. Oh well, it wouldn't be in another Dungeon How to Play. I didn't muck up the shuffling. And then 4 cards are dealt to each player. Players are each then given a diffuse card, bringing their hand total up to 5. You then take the Exploding Kittens and take as many, one fewer number of Exploding Kittens as there are players. So in a 3-player game, there are 2 Exploding Kittens. In a 4-player game, 4. 5-player game. In a 4-player game, there are 3. In a 5-player game, there are 4. The rest of them are just put back in the box. The kittens and diffuse cards are then placed back in the deck. And shuffled back in. If you are playing a 2-player game, it's recommended that you take 2 of the diffuse cards and put them back in the box as well. Otherwise, there's just too many of them and it takes forever to get through the game. And you end up with a game where someone's just hoarding them until the end. Blah, 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 blah. It's a better game if you do it that way. Trust me. Then place that deck in the middle of the game area and that will be your draw deck for the game. Now, Exploding Kittens is sort of a Russian roulette where players play cards and then draw until one player draws an exploding kitten. When an exploding kitten is played, if they don't have the ability to defuse it, they're out of the game. Game over. If they do have the ability to defuse it, they play their diffuse card and may then place that exploding kitten back in the draw deck. And they may do that wherever they wish. So they take it, hide it behind the table, obviously, and they can put it on the top for the next player, 2 cards down. You can put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards down. You can put it on the bottom of the deck. You just chuck it in at random. 100% up to you. But of course you're down a diffuse card. If that player then drew another exploding kitten, they'd be out of the game because they wouldn't be able to defuse it. When a player is out of the game, that exploding kitten is removed from the game and all their cards are discarded, meaning there's 1 kitten left in that deck for the 2 players who remain. Players then basically just take it in turns to play a card or play as many cards as they can, or want to, from their hand, and then draw. They, of course, don't have to play any cards at all, and may just instead draw into their hand. But as you draw more and more cards, this draw pile is going to lower, and you know there's an exploding kitten in there somewhere. You'll reach the point where you get to the end of the deck, and you'll be pretty certain that there's an exploding kitten there. Where the strategy comes into the game is with the types of cards that you can use. I might move that out of the way for now. So the first types of cards are these sort of named cat cards. They all contain just a picture of a cat, hilarious picture of a cat, and don't really do anything or say anything on them like most of the other cards say on them what you have to do. These don't say anything. With these cards, if you collect 2 of them in your hand, you may choose another player of your choice and take one of their cards at random. That one, say. Oh, he was hoping to get the diffuse. This is a good way to add more cards to your hand, but it's also a good way to block other people that are stealing, because if you've got a lot of cards like that, then hopefully they'll steal one of those instead. The next card is extremely useful, and that's this See the Future card. What that lets you do is have a look at the next 3 cards that are going to be drawn without showing the other players, and then place them back in the same order on the deck. Now that, hopefully, will let you know when an exploding kitten's coming up and whether you need to take measures to avoid it or whether you're safe for another round or 2 drawing cards. If you do find an exploding kitten or one that you want to miss, you can play a skip card. What that does is that allows you to immediately end your turn without drawing a card at the end of the phase. So if this player played that now, it will be that player's turn. Instead of normally, he'd play a card and then he'd have to draw. Similar to that is this attack card. Now it's similar in that this player's turn immediately ends and they don't have to draw if they played this card. But it's different in that this player then has to take 2 turns in a row. So if, say, this player was playing and they played that, they don't draw this turn, and now it's this player's turn. So he would go, say, skip, that skips his first turn, and then draws a card for the second turn. Similar to the unnamed cat cards is this favour card. Now, what a favour card does is it lets you choose a player, and that player must give you a card of their choice out of their hand. Pretty straightforward. One of the sometimes useful cards is this shuffle card. If you get to a point in the game where you know that there's an exploding kitten coming up next and you're playing skips and nopes, which I'll get to in a sec, and attacks and all this sort of stuff, you might just go, look, there's a lot of cards left, play this card, shuffle the deck, and away you go. It's also especially useful if you're playing against someone that you think, like they draw an exploding kitten, they play a diffuse, and you think that they're going to put that card, say, straight on top of the deck or in a way that you might get hurt. So if you're suspicious, or even if you know, whatever, you can play a shuffle card and shuffle the deck. One of the most fun cards in Exploding Kittens is the Nope card. This basically voids everything except for an exploding kitten or a diffuse. So say this player played an attack card, which means this player has to take 2 shots. He goes, nope. And then this player might go, nope, which nopes his nope, which means that card still takes effect. But if that player had another one, he could nope the nope the nope, which means that the attack would not go through and this player would have to finish their turn. So that can really add a fun element to the game where you hold on to them, someone lines up their shot, gets the exploding kitten just where they want it, plays a card, nope, plays another card, nope, plays another one, nope, and then they have to draw the card, etc, etc. It's a really fun game, but I'll get rid of the tablecloth again, turn the camera around, and Lily, Indy and I will have a game and show you what it's like in practice. Don't forget when you're playing as well to read the cards. I mean, those ones, they do have some funny stuff, but Each one is unique, and in my opinion, they're all great. Except for the not safe for work. I find the not safe for work have a few hit and miss ones. They're mostly just ruder versions of the same thing. They're mostly funny, but some of them are a bit, yeah. Anyway, that's just me. Cool. See you in a sec.